I think Ian Garry has the potential to win. I think he is a pretty hard style matchup against Islam Makhachev. I also think this is the year of the upsets. You had Sean Strickland winning, you had Ilya losing. Obviously, this is some crazy times we're living in. So, if any year that this could happen, it could be the year of Ian Garry. I still think he's going to lose. I think it's going to be bad. Ian Garry held his own with Shavkat, and what we're going to see is very similarly, Islam is going to move forward because he's going to be chasing Ian. So, that's a given. We all know that. Ian and Islam have both agreed to this. I think he learned from this fight. He's going to put the pedal on him. He's going to try to put forward and put pressure. And Ian Garry might have to just start fucking standing and banging or prepare for some uppercuts. But he's definitely just going to be aware and ready for the first 2 rounds, which basically costed him the fucking fight. Because in the later rounds, you can't just be chasing for 5. It's going to be tough. I know Islam did that to JDM, and I know JDM is actually really good at what he does. But Ian Garry is on a different level to do so well against someone like Shavkat, who did so well against someone like Bilal. All different fights, but I think they all show different elements. That Ian Garry is okay with being in the clinch. Ian Garry's okay with being on the back foot, but I think he's going to learn to push forward if being on the back foot so that he's not giving away these rounds. I think he's also not too scared of someone who can wrestle like a Bilal and can stand his own against someone like a Carlos Prates in just the striking department. All that to say is it aligns for someone who could potentially stop Islam, where Islam is strong in his striking, Islam is strong in moving forward, but Ian Garry is prepared for that. All that to say, though, is I don't think people are giving Ian Garry his credit, but I also think, let's be real here, he is going to get taken down multiple times, and even though he can survive someone like Shavkat, who's still amazing, is probably not on the same level as Islam. Shavkat is not going to put the same pressure that Islam is. Shavkat is strong, but he's not as strong as someone like an Islam. Shavkat has a great record, but a lot of his high-level wins, like an Ian Garry, were from decisions. Even though he was getting submissions, he was submitting people like Stephen Thompson. He was submitting people like Jeff Neal Magny, who aren't nobodies. These are amazing people, but they're not known for their defensive grappling. And I think for the most part, Shavkat is a submission artist, but he's not knocking people out left and right. So I think in instances where Islam is going to catch Garry, he definitely can. He might even will. And I think Ian Garry, his chin better hold up, because a hit like that from Shavkat is different from a hit like that from Islam. And yeah, he might survive those first 2 rounds by saying, hey, fuck it, let me put some pressure in these first rounds, but that's going to take a lot from him. And we saw with the Prates fight, granted, even though it was last minute, he gassed. He felt tired after that fucking fight. And that's Prates, who's letting you get these takedowns. He's probably going to have some tough rounds, but I don't think it's going to be that far off from something like a JDM, where he's probably going to win every round. Granted, he's going to put up a better fight than JDM, but I still think Islam is going to win majority decision, if at worst a split decision, and probably what it feels like most likely is he's going to get a submission.